touch my mom.
What's wrong with you? That's hurt.
Stay away, you're bad people.
It's your mother's fault that you have to grow up without a father. And you calling us bad?
Darling, there you. I've been looking for you everywhere. I was getting worried.
Dad!
Have you decided where we are going for the lunch?
Yeah, darling, yes. Liam really wants some ice cream. Should we go to look for some restaurants with their own ice cream?
Of course, it's a good idea. Mike, bring the car around.
Sure, Mr. Bryce.
Nick and Cheryl couldn't believe what was happening. They had just been convinced that I had been raising an illegitimate child alone for 8 years. And now it turned out that I had a rich husband abroad. I will never forget the look on their faces.
I'm sorry. Who are you? Honey, are these your friends?
No. Honey, I don't know these people. They were looking for some money for the subway. Do you have some?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Let's go.
Thanks for your help.
Yes, Ainsley.
I just don't like what those two were saying. That's all.
That's right. They were really bad. I'm glad you intervened, Dad.
Liam, you can't call someone dead.
Why not? It's the truth.
Liam, please.
What? It's him. I know it. I can feel it.
To have a baby with a woman, at least she needs to be attractive. And that's not about your mother.
Well done, Liam. This is really good.
Do you really mean it, Dad?
Yes, you've done a great job.
Bryce held Liam's drawing of Natalie, Liam, and himself in his hand. As he looked at the abstract manner in which it was painted, he could not help but feel impressed by Liam's understanding of art at such a young age. Bryce himself was gifted in the arts and crafts when he was young. He only took a step back from it when he had to take over the family empire and run it. He saw a little bit of himself in Liam. He smiled at the talented kid.
Mom, Dad really liked my drawing. See? What do you think?
You drew this? Wow, baby. I keep telling you, you are going to be the next Da Vinci.
And I keep asking you who that is.
A gifted artist, just like you.
Liam, why don't you show your drawing to Miss Perkins as well? I'm sure she will like it too.
Okay, I will.
Natalie senses that Bryce wanted to speak to her alone. She felt conscious of his gaze on her, so she fumbled with her bag awkwardly. Bryce saw this and smirked to himself.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. And you?
Tell me honestly, that Billy Wicker incident is still bothering you, right? I understand that you also went to the cemetery to meet him.
There's no hiding anything from you, is there? Yes, I did go there. And finally, Billy has agreed to fight the accusations against him.
Huh. You are getting yourself into something which might lead to trouble again. You know that, right? Don't blame me if I can't help you out of it later.
Bryce walked out of the room after that statement. Natalie watched him walk away and smiled. She wondered if Bryce was jealous of the attention she was paying to Billy. Meanwhile, Bryce had taken out his phone and was texting his assistant, Jane. He wrote out a text which read, "What update on the Billy Wicker case?" Jane saw the message and replied, "On it right now. Will update as soon as I can." The mother, Wanda Selby, woke up and immediately got into a defensive position when she saw Jane walking into the room with the men.
Who are you people? What do you people want?
Your name is Wanda Selby, right? And that young girl is Naomi?
Wanda's face immediately flushed red upon hearing this.
I don't know what you're talking about. Please, leave us alone.
Guards, please escort Miss Selby to another room.
What? No! You can't!
I know that you framed Billy Wicker, Miss Selby.
Wanda looked horrified when she heard those words. Feeling numb and defeated, she followed the men out of the room. The commotion did not seem to have awoken Naomi. Jane went and examined her, and the girl seemed to be out cold. Jane called for a doctor.
What can I do for you?
Can you check if this girl has been hypnotized?
What? Why?
I'm Bryce Clare's assistant, and I am following his orders. Can you please do as I say?
Oh, I didn't know Mr. Chair was involved in this matter. Of course, I will do so right away.
The doctor checked Naomi, who did not seem to respond.
There seems to be nothing wrong with the girl medically, so we cannot rule out hypnosis after all.
Like I suspected. Can you get her back to normal?
Yes, but I will need some time.
I must tell you that this is against the law.
The law? Really? You give a damn about the law after what you did to Billy Wicker? Not only did that kind man help your daughter in need, but he also lent her money to help your family, yet you conspired and framed him? Do you know what you have done to that poor man?
Wanda was stunned to hear these words. She knew that her cover was blown. She couldn't help but put her head down and sob at the moment. This was when Naomi burst through the doors, confronting her mother.
Mom, is she speaking the truth? Did you really do that to Billy Wicker?
My child!
Answer me, Mom!
Jane saw the situation going out of hand, so she calmed Naomi down and spoke to her.
Naomi, I'm glad to see that you're awake. How are you feeling?
I'm just confused and disoriented. But is what you said the truth?
I will answer your question, but first you must tell me a few things about Billy. How was Billy with you? What was your relationship like?
Billy is like a brother to me. He's a very kind and helpful person. He helped us a lot during our times of need and was always there for me.
What do you mean helped us?
My father is a gambler and he was in a lot of debt. So he gave me money to help him out, but made me promise not to tell my dad about it.
Jane understood what had happened. Mr. Selby was a gambler, and gamblers could turn desperate quickly. The whole picture was finally coming together.
But why has Billy not come to see me? He should have come by now. Is something wrong? Did something happen to him? What the hell did you do to him, Mom? Please answer me.
This man has been by your daughter's side thick and thin. He has only cared and done good for her. Are you really going to let this happen to him? Are you really going to continue lying to your daughter?
Mrs. Selby, who was standing quietly in a corner and listening to all of this, could not restrain herself any longer. She rushed to hug her daughter and burst into tears.
I'm sorry, Naomi. I've betrayed your trust and done a horrible, horrible thing. But I had no other option in the situation. You must trust me.
Mom, please, don't cry. Tell me, what happened?
I'm sorry, my precious child. Please, forgive me if you can.
Seeing her mother in such a sad state, Naomi too burst out into tears. Jane and her men too felt emotional looking at this helpless situation. Jane signaled to her men to follow her outside and give the mother-daughter some privacy to discuss the matter at hand.
Two of you stay here and keep me updated on everything that happens here.
Jane strode away from the scene and typed a message to Bryce. I have information. Billy is innocent.
She will be satisfied and happy to know that she was right about Billy all along. I must give it to her. She is really perceptive of people and knows their true nature. She really is a unique person. The most unique one I've ever met, at least.
Bryce looked at Natalie with a soft expression, which was very unlike his usual self. If he could, he would stare at her forever. How was it that this kind, beautiful woman had crossed paths with a brute like him and had even begun to tolerate him? As he wondered, he scoffed to himself and leaned in towards Natalie to kiss her on the head.
Don't let your excitement die! The full audio series is on the Pocket FM app. Tap the link in the description to install now.